Fabulous once again, Naima Bock live in session. Naima, welcome back to the programme.
Hello, thanks for having me back.
It's a real pleasure, I tell you. Like I say, I've been looking forward to this session for a long time. And your wonderful band, would you mind introducing the band members to the public, please?
Yes, so we've got Oscar Guardans, also known as Rui Coral.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. We've got Clem Appleby on bass, also from a band called Sunken.
Hello.
Hello.
And we've got Cassidy Hansen on drums.
Hello, hello, hello.
Who we were talking about earlier, does a radio programme on Boogaloo.
That's true.
Ooh, you plug it.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Fabulous stuff. Okay, so Naima, would you mind telling me, Below a Massive Dark Land, the title of the album, does this place exist or is it just somewhere in your mind?
No, it was from a passage from a book called Flights by Olga Tokarczuk. She's a Polish writer, and the passage was a view. It was describing someone's view from a plane, and so below them they saw a massive dark land, and then I just saw that sentence and I kind of liked the ambiguity of it taken out of context was quite nice, but in my mind it's always looking down from a plane onto the dark land.
Right, okay. Prescient, because I've just been in the Iron Bird, as I said earlier, and so I know where you're coming from. And can you tell us something about the record, what it means to you? Because it's a really, really beautiful thing. I mean, when Kaylee drops, I was just like, oh, this is just fabulous. And then everything, the ensuing tracks that you've released have just been perfect, absolutely wonderful. So what does it mean to you, this record?
Oh, what does it mean? It means a lot. It's been like about a 3-year period of writing the songs for it and kind of gathering, the parts together, and then the 5 of us, also with Maytel Wegman, who's not here today, but working on it in the practice room, and also with just the people that I've worked on it with. It's been quite a long process, but I guess I wrote the songs very much on my own, and that was also quite important for me, I think, for the skeletons and for the basics to just be coming from myself, and it means as much as an album means to people. It's always a long thing, and it means a lot. Yeah.
Of course, but we were talking before, and you were saying, and again, which is quite usual for musicians, is you made the record and you mastered it, and then you didn't listen to it again for ages, did you? And when you came back to it, you did still love it, thankfully.
Yeah, thankfully. It's true. I mean, I think that I needed like a good nearly a year without listening to it,
Wow.
and I was also playing the songs a lot live, so I guess you continue a relationship with the songs regardless, and then they develop in their own way live as you go. But it was lovely listening back to it actually, and feeling like a sense of like being proud of something that you've made and you put out.
Well, you should be. You definitely should be. And you hear it, it's a beautiful, evocative record, and quite often artists go off into the wilderness to some romantic kind of location and just wait for the muse. Am I right in saying that you spent a lot of time in your grand's shed?
Oh yeah, that's something that's really funny. I lived in my grandma's shed for about 8 months, but I feel like now because I was only there for a summer, and I wrote quite a lot of the songs there because it was a place where it was at the back of her garden, and so it was in the middle of London, but I would wake up and you'd get the sound of trees and birds, and no one could hear me singing or playing violin, and things like that. And so it was quite a private place, and it was perfect for writing in that regard. But I've never been able to. No, I don't think. I think if I actually went out into nature to write, I don't think it would work for me.
Did you record any of it there?
I just did loads of demos. No, I didn't. We recorded everything at the Crypt over the course of 2 weeks.
Right. I was just wondering if at some point you could just hear your gang going, Naima, do you want a cup of tea?
No, that would be quite sweet.
Some such in the background. And you mentioned there that you were playing the violin, but you actually learnt the violin to play on this record. Is that right?
I started learning the violin more as a means to kind of quench some boredom because it was over lockdown, and my friend Oliver Hamilton was teaching me. He also plays violin on both of my records, and then I wrote some parts for the songs with the violin, and then I felt like my time with the violin was done, and so I put it down.
Right, okay, because it's a very hard instrument to get a nice sound out of, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I can imagine it's quite frustrating. I mean, do you know what? You see violins quite often in the charity shop, and I look at them and go, should I? And then I think, no, really, for the sake of the world, I probably don't need to go anywhere near it. So I always leave them alone. I also read that you said as growing up, and you obviously are way behind me in the years, but the musician you wanted to be was Lou Reed.
Oh yeah, wait, when did I say that? Was that on? It was on
in a Q&A.
Yeah.
Did you not mean
funny.
it? Did you want to say Kylie Minogue? But
that was no. I remember now because it wasn't. It was like I think it was last week or something. It was something like musician you most aspire to be like or something. And for some reason he came up as someone that he was the first person that came into my mind.
Which era of Lou Reed are we talking?
Oh bloody hell!
Are we talking the Velvets?
Probably the Velvets, I think. Yeah. I mean, I don't think that I would aspire my music to be like him, but I just kind of, maybe his whole general thing is just very cool.
Well, I have to say, I don't want to puncture it at all, but I interviewed Lou Reed twice.
Wow.
And the first time he was pretty horrible.
Oh, really?
And the second time he was really horrible.
Oh, well, I know, let's not.
So you don't go to...
Let's go for Laurie Anderson instead.
Okay, Laurie Anderson,
that'll be fun.
I mean, Lou Reed, massive influence on what I've been doing, over the years. But yeah, it didn't work out well. He never likes interviews, and I should have known, really. Okay, then, so you've got some dates coming up. You're playing on the 19th of October. You are playing at the Future Days Festival. Then you go to America for a few dates.
Yes, yeah.
And then you come back. So the 6th of November, London, you're saying St Pancras Old Church is sold out. The 7th, Bristol Jam Jar. The 8th, Liverpool Leaf. The 9th, Newcastle Cumberland Arms. The 10th of November, Glasgow McTules. The 12th, Leeds Hyde Park Book Club. The 13th, Why I Order, Manchester Deaf Institute. And all of these gigs. Jonas Policewoman's playing tonight. I'm on air. You're playing on a Wednesday night. I'll be on air. I wish the promoters would just get their act together and sort this out. But anyway, the 14th of November, Cambridge Stories Field Centre. The 16th, Falmouth, the Cornish Bank. 17th, Frome, the Tree House. 18th, Exeter Cavern Club. The 20th, Ipswich, St Stephen's Church. Finishing off again in London at the Ivy House on the 21st of November.
That's right.
Wonderful. Okay, so you're going to do 2 songs back to back now then. So, Naima, what are you going to do?
Yes, we're going to do... Oh, yeah, we're going to do Kaylee. Sorry, I completely forgot for a second. We're going to do Kaylee, and then we're going to do a song called Takes One.
Fabulous. Okay,
yes.
Thank you.
We're going to do a quick tune as well.
I'm only trying to help,
Yeah, that's it.
Sorted.
That's how
Glad to be of service.
That's funny. All right. I think... Yeah?